Imagine being torn from everything you know and love, thrust into a world of freezing cold, back-breaking labor, and relentless fear. This is the story of Else Rutgers, a woman who survived one of history's most brutal prison systems, the Soviet Gulag camps. Her journey is one of incredible resilience, courage, and the unbreakable human spirit. In this video, we will delve deep into her harrowing experiences and discover how she managed to endure the unendurable. Stay with us as we uncover the extraordinary life of Else Rutgers. Else Rutgers was not born into a life of hardship. She came from a comfortable background in Switzerland, a country known for its neutrality and peace. Her life took a dramatic turn when she moved to Russia in the early 1930s. She was drawn by the ideals of the Soviet Union, like many intellectuals and idealists of her time, believing in the promise of a socialist utopia. However, by the mid-1930s, the Soviet Union under Joseph Stalin had become a place of paranoia and repression. The Great Purge, a campaign of political repression and persecution, swept through the country, targeting anyone suspected of disloyalty to Stalin's regime. Else Rutgers, a foreigner and an outspoken woman, became an easy target. In 1937, Elsa was arrested on charges of espionage, a common accusation used by the Soviet secret police to eliminate perceived threats. The charges were baseless, but in Stalin's Russia, innocence was irrelevant. Her arrest marked the beginning of a nightmarish journey that would test the limits of her endurance. Else was transported to the Soviet Gulag system, a vast network of forced labor camps scattered across the most inhospitable regions of the Soviet Union. These camps were designed not only to punish, but to break the human spirit. Prisoners were forced to work in brutal conditions, often in remote areas with extreme climates. Else was sent to one of the most notorious camps in Siberia. The journey itself was a harrowing ordeal, involving weeks of travel in overcrowded, filthy train cars with little food or water. By the time she arrived at the camp, she was already weakened, but the worst was yet to come. The camp was a frozen wasteland where temperatures could drop to -40 degrees Celsius. Prisoners were forced to perform grueling labor, such as cutting timber, mining, or constructing railroads. The work was relentless, and the prisoners were given barely enough food to survive. Malnutrition, disease, and exhaustion were rampant, and death was a constant companion. Despite the dire conditions, Elsa found ways to cope. She quickly learned that survival in the Gulag required not just physical strength, but also mental resilience. She drew on her inner resources, remembering her life before the Gulag and holding on to the hope that she might one day be free. She learned to navigate the camp's brutal hierarchy, where prisoners had to fight for every scrap of food and every moment of rest. Those who were strong and resourceful had a better chance of surviving, and Else was both. Her survival was also a testament to her mental fortitude. Else knew that she had to keep her mind sharp and her spirit unbroken. She found ways to maintain a sense of self, whether it was through quiet reflection, keeping a mental journal, or engaging in whispered discussions with fellow prisoners about literature, philosophy, and the world beyond the camp's barbed wire fences. Even after many years of her life have passed, Elsa's ability to maintain her humanity in such dehumanizing conditions was remarkable. She refused to let the camp destroy her sense of identity. She clung to her memories of home, her family, and her life before the Gulag. These memories became a lifeline, helping her to endure the long, dark days and the even longer nights. But survival was never guaranteed. Every day, prisoners were taken away, some to be executed, others to die from illness or exhaustion. Else witnessed these horrors firsthand, but she never allowed herself to give up hope. She knew that giving in to despair would mean the end. After several years in the Gulag, Else Rutgers was finally released. Her release was sudden and unexpected, a result of shifting political winds in the Soviet Union. But freedom came at a price. Else emerged from the camp physically weakened and emotionally scarred. The years of deprivation had taken their toll on her body, and the trauma of what she had witnessed haunted her. Returning to a normal life was almost impossible. Else was a changed woman, marked by the horrors of the Gulag. The world outside the camp had moved on, but she was stuck in a past filled with pain and loss. Yet, she did not let her experiences define her in a negative way. Else chose to speak out about her experiences, breaking the silence that surrounded the Gulag system. She wrote and spoke about the atrocities she had witnessed, determined to ensure that the world knew the truth about Stalin's camps. Her testimony was a powerful indictment of the Soviet regime and a reminder of the resilience of the human spirit. Else Rutgers' survival in the Soviet Gulag camps is a story of remarkable courage and resilience. It's a story that reminds us of the darkest chapters of history, but also of the light that can emerge even in the most desperate of circumstances. As we reflect on her life, we are inspired by her strength and reminded that the human spirit can endure the unendurable. Thank you for joining us in exploring this incredible story. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more compelling stories from history.